Imagine standing on a concrete pier in a foreign country while you watch your cruise ship slowly pull away without you. Your passport is still in your cabin, your luggage is tucked away in the hold, and just like that, your entire vacation is gone. It sounds like a movie scene, but this actually happens to people every single week. Here is the uncomfortable truth about these situations. Most cruise disasters aren't caused by giant storms or mechanical failures. They happen because of simple decisions that seemed totally harmless at the time, like one wrong booking or a single overlooked detail. While cruising in 2026 is smoother than it used to be, the cruise lines are also much less forgiving. Ships do not wait for anyone, policies are rarely flexible, and making a mistake is incredibly expensive. Today we are breaking down 10 specific decisions that will absolutely ruin your 2026 cruise before it even begins, and we'll show you exactly how to stay ahead of them. And hey, have you ever been a pier runner, watching your ship pull away while you're stuck on the dock? Or seen someone sprint for the gangway at the last second? Drop your story in the comments, we want to hear it. Number 1. Booking your flight for the day of embarkation. The absolute fastest way to turn a dream vacation into a total disaster is booking a flight that lands the same day your ship is scheduled to depart. On paper, this looks like a great way to be efficient because you save money on a hotel and get to spend more time at home before the trip starts. However, you have to remember that cruise ships do not operate like hotels, and they follow very strict maritime schedules that they have to stick to. When boarding finally closes and the gangway comes up, that ship is leaving the dock whether you are on it or not. There are no exceptions made for delayed flights, heavy traffic, or long security lines at the airport. Air travel in 2026 is still very unpredictable, and things like weather disruptions or crew shortages can turn a small delay into a massive problem. If you're on a land vacation, a delay just means checking in late, but on a cruise, it means watching your ship disappear. The smarter move is always flying in the day before to give yourself a buffer. It might cost you one extra hotel night, but that is a small price to pay compared to losing your entire cruise. Number 2. Ignoring new 2026 technology and app requirements. The second mistake you want to avoid is ignoring the new technology and app requirements that have become standard. By 2026, cruise lines have moved almost everything into the digital world, which is great for saving time but a total nightmare if you aren't ready for it. Your cruise app isn't just a fun extra anymore because it serves as your boarding pass, your way to book dinner, and your only source for the daily ship schedule. If you show up at the pier without the app downloaded and logged in, you'll be stuck waiting in a long manual check-in line while everyone else breezes right onto the ship. The app is also how the cruise line sends you time-sensitive alerts about your trip, so missing a notification could mean you skip your mandatory safety drill or even watch your shore excursion bus drive away without you. Since thousands of people try to connect to the ship's Wi-Fi the moment they step on board, the signal usually gets very spotty and slow during those first few hours. You should download the app while you're still at home, take a few minutes to figure out how the menus work, and definitely snap screenshots of your check-in codes just in case the internet cuts out. The third mistake on our list is overpacking and treating your small cabin like a giant storage unit. Cruise cabins are notoriously tight, often much smaller than a basic hotel room, and you might be sharing that limited floor space with 3 other people. If you pack like you're moving your entire wardrobe for the month, you'll spend your whole vacation playing midnight suitcase Tetris, frantically squeezing that one last sundress into an already bursting closet while your cabin mate is trying to sleep. I've seen families of 4 try to cram massive suitcases into a room that barely fits a queen bed, and by midweek, stress levels are through the roof because there's nowhere left to walk. It's basically a really expensive game of find the swimsuit I packed 3 days ago. Spoiler alert, nobody wins. The secret to staying organized is using the hidden cubbies and the empty space under your bed to keep your gear out of the way. You really only need versatile clothes that you can mix and match throughout the week, and honestly, nobody is going to notice or care if you wear the same outfit twice. If you absolutely must bring a lot of gear, try to unpack everything into the drawers immediately, and then ask guest services if they can move your empty suitcases to a separate storage area for the rest of the trip. Have you ever had a packing disaster on a cruise? Tell us your overpacking horror story in the comments below. Number 4. Skipping specialized cruise travel insurance. While nobody ever books a vacation expecting things to go wrong, cruises are a very different beast than a land-based trip. You are often in international waters and far from home, which means you might be days away from the nearest major hospital if an emergency strikes. When the unexpected happens out at sea, the costs can be absolutely staggering for any traveler. A medical evacuation from a ship can easily cost you over $20,000, and the scary part is that payment arrangements usually have to be made before they even move you. Even the smaller disruptions that happen every day can get expensive if you aren't prepared. Think about a last-minute illness right before you leave, a delayed flight that makes you miss the ship, or lost luggage that doesn't show up until day 4 of your 7-day sailing. Without a good policy in your pocket, you'll be paying for all of those headaches entirely out of your own bank account. Having the right coverage turns a potential catastrophe into something manageable. But you have to be careful because not all policies are the same. Some plans might exclude medical evacuations or refuse to cover pre-existing conditions, so make sure you always read the fine print before buying. Number 5. Not pre-booking shore excursions and dining. Are you waiting until you actually step foot on the ship to book your shore excursions and specialty dining? In 2026, cruise ships are sailing at full capacity, which means the most popular experiences sell out weeks before you even leave for the airport. If you have your heart set on helicopter tours, small group cultural walks, or exclusive beach passes, you need to act fast. The same goes for onboard specialty restaurants and premium shows, because by the time the ship pulls out of port, the best options are usually long gone. If you rely on last-minute availability, you'll end up settling for whatever is left over instead of doing what you actually wanted to do. To get the best results, the sweet spot for booking your activities is usually 60 to 90 days before your sail date. That is the window when prices are still reasonable and the availability is still solid enough to get your first choices. Taking a few minutes to plan ahead from home ensures you won't be disappointed once the vacation finally begins. Number 6. Forgetting to check passport and visa expiry. This one is a big one, and it's assuming your passport is good to go just because it hasn't expired yet. Here is the thing. Having a valid passport doesn't automatically mean the cruise line will let you board the ship. Many countries actually require your passport to stay valid for at least 6 months after the day you plan to return home. If your document expires sooner than that, the staff might deny you at the terminal. And this heartbreaking mistake happens to travelers every single week. You should always double-check your expiration date and look up the specific entry rules for every stop on your itinerary before you even think about booking. Number 7. Underestimating the cost of onboard extras. Don't underestimating how much those onboard extras really cost. You might think you've already paid for the whole trip, but that kind of thinking will lead to a massive bill on the final morning. Your base fare usually only covers your cabin and the main dining room, while almost everything else comes with a separate price tag. Specialty restaurants often charge between $15 and $40 per person, and even that morning coffee from the cafe might not be included in your standard drink package. When you add up spa treatments, fitness classes, and those professional photo packages, a family of 4 can easily spend an extra $2,000 without realizing it. Before you sail, sit down and honestly decide what activities you actually want to do so you can price them out ahead of time. Some lines offer unlimited bundles that might save you money, but the key is making that choice at home rather than standing at the bar on day 1 wondering if you can afford a margarita. Number 8. Choosing the wrong cabin location. Are you booking a cabin without thinking about where it sits on the ship? You might think a cabin is just a cabin, but picking the wrong spot can actually ruin your entire vacation. If you end up in a room right next to the elevator, you'll likely hear people talking and bells ringing 24 hours a day. Rooms sitting directly below the main deck often deal with constant vibrations from the pool area. Basically a free 24/7 massage you definitely didn't ask for, while those tucked away at the very end of a long corridor can feel lonely and isolated, like you're literally on a different ship. I've even seen couples trying to celebrate a romantic anniversary in rooms where they could hear the late-night DJ bumping bass until 2 in the morning because they were too close to the nightclub. One cruiser we talked to booked a cabin next to the ice cream machine on the Lido deck and spent 3 days wondering why there were crowds and noise outside at all hours. Spoiler, it's apparently a 24-hour snack hotspot. To avoid a total disaster, you should check the deck plan carefully and talk to other cruisers who have sailed on that specific ship before you lock in your choice. You can also ask your booking agent exactly where the quiet cabins are located, because spending a little time researching your room placement now prevents sleepless nights and a lot of frustration later. What's the weirdest or worst cabin location you've ended up in? Let us know in the comments. Number 9. Relying solely on ship Wi-Fi without a plan. Never assume the ship's Wi-Fi will be free and unlimited. I hate to be the one to tell you, but ship internet is usually pretty expensive and notoriously slow. Most cruise lines will charge you a high daily rate or force you to buy a specific package just to get online. If you think you can just scroll through social media or stream your favorite music freely while you're out at sea, you are definitely going to get a bill that stings at the end of the trip. The much smarter approach is buying a Wi-Fi package weeks before you actually set sail, since most lines offer discounted pre-cruise pricing that is way cheaper than the onboard rates. If you don't need to be online every second, you can just wait until you're docked in port to use your phone. Doing this ahead of time keeps the cost down, and it ensures you won't have a massive surprise bill waiting in your inbox when you finally get back home. Number 10. Not researching the specific ship's layout. The last mistake on our list is not researching your specific ship's layout before you leave home. Every vessel has its own unique personality, and the floor plan of one ship can be completely different from another, even within the same cruise line. Taking a few minutes to learn where things are before you board saves you a massive amount of time and keeps you from getting frustrated on your first day. You should know exactly where to find the quiet, adult-only pool, or which deck hosts that famous midnight buffet you've been dreaming about. Figure out how to get from your cabin to the main dining room without having to walk through a smoky casino, and check if certain elevator banks are known for being crowded. If you download the deck plan to your phone and study it for a bit, you will navigate those hallways like a pro while everyone else wanders around looking lost. Those are the 10 big decisions that could easily ruin your 2026 cruise if you don't take the time to prepare. The truth is that having a perfect vacation isn't just about luck, because a great trip comes down to doing the research and making smart choices before you ever step foot on the gangway. You deserve a getaway that feels like a total dream rather than a long list of expensive mistakes and annoying surprises. If these tips helped you feel more confident about your upcoming travels, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. We share new cruise insider secrets every single week to help you plan the best trip possible. And while you're here, check out our last video where we gave you the exclusive first look at the 10 new cruise ships launching in 2026. Some of these are absolute game changers, and you'll want to see them before you book. Until next time, we wish you fair winds and smooth sailing.